The Chandler Gilbert women are back on home court as they take on the Yakima Yaks of Yakima Valley College right here on the Chandler Gilbert Sports Network at the Coyote Center. Good evening, everyone, and happy holidays. Joe Pequeno on the call. So glad you can have us with us. So glad you can be with us, that is. Got to get the words right. Tongue-tied. Promise we'll get better going forward. Chandler Gilbert coming off a couple losses. Central Arizona, 78-33. In a game in which they just did not play to their capabilities. And heartbreaking loss at Scottsdale Community College, 69-63, in which they led most of the way. And just like the loss to Mesa back on December 3rd, just could not hold on down the stretch. Those losses are going to really build this team as they continue to realize that they are as good as anyone in this conference, and they just have to learn how to get over the hump. Now they're going to take on Yakima Valley. The Yaks making their tour of Arizona, took on Mesa last night. An introduction to fast-paced basketball, and they were handled severely by the Thunderbirds by a count of 90-55. Ashlyn Silv led the Yaks with 23 points. Brittany Phillips with 12. Avery Schumacher with 9. Team shot 31%, 20% from 3. So a learning curve as they are here to soak up the sun and fun of Arizona. Starting lineup for the Yaks is going to be number 0, Ashlyn Silv. Number 5, Sophia Alvarado. Number 10, Brooklyn Silv. Number 21, Brittany Phillips. And number 22, Avery Schumacher. For the Coyotes, it's going to be number 1, Amanda Anderson. Number 2, Addison Horsley. Number 3, McKaylin Horsley. Number 14, Macy Johnson. And number 12, Grace DeShaft. And we are off and running. Coyotes, of course, going from right to left on your screen in the white and teal. And Yakima in their off-red and orange stripe uniforms. They are part of the Northwest Athletic Conference. It's based out of junior college circuit in the Oregon and Washington area. And they came out here as they'll get ready to start conference play here soon. They wanted to play against teams at a higher level, and they learned last night by playing Mesa. Of course, Mesa yearly, one of the best teams in the conference, a team that finished 3rd nationally in the national tournament. This shot is up from the outside. Macy Johnson just a little strong, and she tries to track it down. She saves it. Grace DeShaft to Amanda. Amanda in the lane. We'll kick it back out to Macy. Macy, another look. Just a little short. And that is going to be ripped by the Yaks. Transition basketball. They are up and running. Going through, trying to scoop it up, and a blocking foul. And a good, strong move by Avery Schumacher. Getting into the paint, and they're going to call the foul on McKaylin Horsley. That's going to be her first. So going to the line is Avery Schumacher, a 36% free throw shooter as she misses on the first. Of course, Chandler Gilbert enters this contest as this one is high arcing shot. Misses both, but the Yaks will retain possession. Coyotes with a record of 7-4 coming in, 1-2 in conference play. 7-2 on home court, 0-2 away. And they're putting up almost 71 points a game, shooting almost 35%, almost 29% from 3. Almost 72% from the line with 46 rebounds a game and 17 assists. So, heartbreaking loss to Scottsdale. I mean, this team could easily have a couple wins. They could be 3-0 if things would just kind of pan their way. Mack from long range. Mack banks it off the glass. How about Santa delivering an early gift without the reindeer? Santa delivering that Christmas gift. Yaks in transition, and that's a good bit of high-powered offense by Brooklyn Silv, who puts it in. And that's always a coach's biggest pet peeve, is his team not getting back in transition. And Coach Trutanek, no question, will have some words of wisdom from his team at the half. That is off the mark, pulled down by Sofia Alvarado. And that was almost a travel, and that one's going the other way. But you can tell that Brooklyn Silv was very close of taking that extra step. This one just underway from the Coyote Center. Happy holidays to all of you out there. I hope you're getting all your Christmas shopping done, spending quality time with your family, because this time of year, spending time with your loved ones means the most, whether it be family, friends, special one in your life. That's off the mark, and right there, coming up with a rip, Addison. Addison strong always. Addison always bringing her A game. Addie averages 6 rebounds per game. Alvarado with the foul as Worsley will shoot a pair. And Addison, a really skilled free throw shooter at 82%. Of course, she feels that she could be more than capable to shoot in the 90s. And she shows the ability right there. Addison leads the way in scoring, putting up 14 a game with 6 rebounds and 6 assists. The leader of the team. This shot is up from the outside, and that is a good look by Ashlyn Silv. Ashlyn and her sister Brooklyn, the Silv sisters on the same team. Mac works it to up top, and her sister Addison fires away and nails the triple. This Coyotes team, they can really shoot the ball from deep, and that's what they love to do. And they love to bring the pressure and force teams into bad decisions like that right there. Coyotes will be back at it on Sunday, and they'll have an early tip. Love to see you out here maybe before your Christmas shopping or after your Christmas shopping. They'll be taking on Williston State College for a 2 p.m. tip. They're playing the Titans. Macy with a little head fake. Macy driving baseline. Macy kick out. Mack in the corner. Mack will fire it up. A little off the iron. Addie going back up. Addie, soft touch. Addison Horsley now with 7 points. She's off to a fast start. Coyotes with a 10-4 lead. And almost coming up with a near turnover, putting up the pressure, and that's going to be a travel. And that travel call goes against Avery Schumacher, and that's just the inexperience of this Yak team. Of course, they play in a conference and a collegiate region that some might think not as skilled as what Chandler
What up, homies? I'm Angel. My dad started Burrito Express back in 1995 with me and my brother slanging burritos out of the kitchen of our house. Today we have 8 Valley locations where you can count on authentic recipes, good prices, and a comfortable atmosphere. I've always said the burrito is the perfect food. You don't need a plate, fork, or napkin. You grab one and off you go. Come by one of our Burrito Express locations and try you a burrito created by the man himself, Cameron Scatterboo.
So we just fed your hunger with Burrito Express. Now we're going to feed your hoop hunger back on the court between the Chandler Gilbert Coyotes and the Yakima Valley Yaks from the Northwest Athletic Conference. And as we talked about, that conference is comprised of schools from Oregon and Washington and their own little junior college circuit out there. And for this team, the Yaks, they're right around the corner from opening conference play. They come into this game with a record of 8-2, so they're off to a solid start. Of course, a wake-up call last night, taking on Mesa, losing 90-55. But look, Mesa yearly, as in my conversation with head coach Lynette Hooper, reminded her that yearly Mesa sets the bar in this conference, and until someone can knock them off, and last year it was Pima. Pima won the Region 1 D2 finals at Mesa last year, a game I called, and very exciting game. And of course, Pima was right there. They finished runner-ups nationally in the national tournament. Outstanding team. So Chandler Gilbert plays in a conference with ranked Scottsdale, with ranked Mesa, with ranked Pima. Every year, this conference only gets better. Anderson from the outside. Anderson, good look. Pulled down, Transition. Here come the Yaks. Out on the wing, it's Anderson guarding Brittany Phillips. Swung over. Avery Schumacher with a couple dribbles. Worked over. Driving baseline, going strong, and just missing at the rack was Ashlyn Silv. Now it's Addie directing traffic as the Coyotes looking to get back in their half-court offense. Of course, the Coyotes love to run. Any opportunity, they're always going to run up and down the floor. Mack with Shoemaker, tight one-on-one defense. Swings it over. Addie will let it go. And Addie just off the rim. And that's going to roll out of bounds, and that's going to be off Macy Johnson. So good defense by the Yaks, and for Coach Lynette Hooper, she just wants to see her team come out and learn from last night. She said everything about last night. The team had to learn about the pacing, the speed, and look, they saw everything from Mesa. So she's hoping for a better performance against the Coyotes here tonight. Johnson in the corner. Johnson just slightly off the mark. A battle, and the Yaks will win that, and that's going to be on Mack. Make that on Grace DeShaff. Coming in is Melanie Ortiz as well as Cole Olberg. Ortiz putting up 8 points a game, and Chloe Olberg just a beast on the boards. And that's a point-blank miss, and that's always a heartbreaker right there when the Bunnies are missed by anyone on your team. That time it was Schumacher. Horsley and Schumacher essentially at half court. Addie dialing it up. Olberg up top, and Olberg's going to dial it in. She'll kick it back out to Mack on the wing on that right side, and Addie with 8 on the shot clock. Addie getting in the lane. Addie will try to scoop it up, and just a little too strong. Transition, Phillips on that wing. She'll go up the dribble, work it to the other side. Ashlyn Silv from 3. A little too long off the back of the rim. Addie, full throttle, feeds Anderson. Mack in the corner. Mack, and she's hitting iron. So both teams taking their vitamins and pounding a lot of iron right now. On the other end, Shoemaker. And right now it's a long ball affair, and both teams are just banging the rim. Horsley this time. Soft touch, and that soft touch doesn't find the bottom of the net. So both teams are getting their shares of good looks as Brooklyn Silv walks it in. Kick out, Shoemaker will fire it up, and this one looks good, but that hits the front of the rim. Rebound by the Yaks. 17 on the shot clock. Olberg out of the post up top. Schumacher will work it over. Shot is up, and that shot is buried by Sofia Alvarado. Alvarado, her first bucket of the game. A 10-7 lead for Chandler Gilbert. Of course, the Coyotes haven't played since Saturday, dusting off maybe just a tad bit of rust. And checking in for the Yaks, number 1, Julissa Landa, a freshman guard from Toppenish, Washington. And if I said Toppenish, or if I said this wrong in any way or shape or form, I apologize to the good people in Washington. Please, don't send me hate mail. I have a lot of love and care in my heart for you. Ortiz the other way. And McKalen's going to hit the deck. And that's going to be a foul on Julissa Landa. Checks in and draws some contact early. Both teams have 2 fouls apiece. Mack off the inbounds. Mack feeds it in the corner to Addie. Addie will work it back up top. Addie's so good. 6 assists a game. Chloe Olberg. Olberg going strong. Chloe just off the front of the rim. And right now, both teams just having a little trouble. Getting there. Shots look good. Just that was a near carry by Landa. That 3-point shot off the mark. Macy Johnson in her high-octane pink shoes will work it to Addie in her light blue shoes, and she lost the handle. And here comes Shoemaker. And Ortiz will try to save it, and she does. Over to Macy Johnson, a 2-on-1. And Macy will fake and score. Macy Johnson, her first bucket of the night. 12-7. As Brittany Phillips about to check back in. Landa works it in the corner. Now, Landa gets it back. Gives up the dribble. Down low. Ashlyn Silv, baseline. Oh, has it taken away, and Addison Horsley gets called for the foul, but that was really close. Looked like Addie was in good position. Couple check-ins. Gonna be number 10, Brooklyn Silv, as well as Brittany Phillips. Thursday night football, Rams and Seahawks in a big one. And the reason why we're saying that, because for the Yaks, they're that part of the country, and the Rams are leading right now. They've just taken a 13-7 lead in the second. Addie, good look, and the bank in. And Addie's got 9 first period points, making it look easy. Anytime she gets deep in a post, it's almost automatic. Ortiz with the steal, off the bad pass. Ortiz slicing, and Ortiz with a purpose. Good, nice drive from Melanie. Love to see her do well. Yaks not afraid from 3. That's off the mark. Coyotes pushing the tempo. Ortiz. Coyotes with a 16-7 lead. Addie up top. Addie behind the back. Addie kick out in the corner. Macy, good head fake. Works it back to Addie. Addie will fire it up, and Addie cans the 3. Horsley, 12 first period points. The lead is 19-7. Under a minute left in this first period. Phillips in the Yaks. Julissa Landa will let it go from 3. Off the mark. Here comes Mack with a rebound. Works it to Sis. And Addie methodically up the floor. Macy from 3, and that looks good. Oh, yeah. Macy Johnson, long-range damage. 22-7. Shot clock to game clock differential, call it a second. Down to 22 seconds in this first period. Coyotes really on a nice run. Down low, nice turnaround move and a scoop, and that won't go. Julissa Landa was there for the rebound. That is up from the outside, won't go. And that's going to trickle out of bounds, and the Coyotes are going to have a last-second shot opportunity with 7.4 seconds left in this first period. Remember, kids, in school, 7.4, they teach you to round down. So we'll call it 7 seconds even. But Amanda's going to methodically wait to pick up the ball, and now she has it over the half-court line. Addie gets the screen. Addie going strong. Addie, kiss, won't go. Coach Trutanek wanted the foul. They don't get it. And after one, it's going to be the Coyotes with a 22-7 lead. Keep it locked and loaded. More to come in the second period.
What up, homies? I'm Angel. My dad started Burrito Express back in 1995 with me and my brother slanging burritos out of the kitchen of our house. Today we have 8 Valley locations where you can count on authentic recipes, good prices, and a comfortable atmosphere. I've always said the burrito is the perfect food. You don't need a plate, fork, or a napkin. You grab one and off you go. Come by one of our Burrito Express locations and try you a burrito created by the man himself, Cameron Scatterboo.
So usually my rounding comment is usually to inspire humor and a laugh. Paulo Hutchinson is taking it too literally. Of course, Paulo, his son, played at Chandler Gilbert on the baseball team. The player's about to check in, and that is the lovely Brooklyn Silv, who is back on the floor for the Yaks. On the floor right now, Mac, Chloe Olberg, Macy Johnson, Amanda Anderson, and Amanda Ortiz. First period, Coyotes with a 22-7 lead. Addison Horsley, 12 points. Macy Johnson with 5. Ortiz with a bucket. And McKalen with a 3. On the other side, Sofia Alvarado with a 3. And Brooklyn Silva and Ashlyn Silva with a bucket apiece. They try to go inside. Good strong move. Little head fake. Scoop opportunity. And that's going to be out on the axe and a fresh possession for Chandler Gilbert. Second period just underway. So glad you can join us. Happy holidays. Coyotes taking on Yakima Valley, a team trying to get better and get ready for their conference play, which is right around the corner. Played their first game last night against Mesa and got indoctrinated by one of the best teams in the country, losing 90-55. That's off the mark by McKellen Horsley. Julissa Landa, transition. Handles the basketball well. Good handles. She'll work it out to Phillips, who works at top of the key and will launch it. And Phillips almost got the sweet roll. Macy will pull it down. Macy Johnson, hard-working freshman, part of this new-look team that has really played well to start the season. Of course, 7-4, they think they could be better. They feel they should have beaten Mesa. They feel they should have beaten Scottsdale as well. But the bottom line is they played very competitively in those games, and they just got to get over the fact that they are a really good team. And when I mean them, Chandler Gilbert, these young ladies have got to understand they are good, and they can play with anyone, and they just got to come up with that killer instinct in the fourth. And once they do, then things are going to matriculate in their way. Off the turnover, they'll kick in the corner. Ortiz will dump it to Olberg. Olberg, power move. Olberg. And that's going to be knocked out of bounds by the Yaks. 24-7. Grace DeShaft back in as Paul Hutchinson is teaching me about how to round up or round down, basic mathematics. I just want to let Paulo know that in the course of basic mathematics, I was reading the sports page and learning about the Yankees back in the day. So if my rounding is not up to mathematical standards, everyone out there, I deeply apologize. Joe knows sports. Joe sometimes doesn't know math. That's off the mark by McKellen Horsley. Battle ensues on the court. That's a good one right there. Both teams battling, Macy Johnson as well as Brooklyn Silva. Possession arrow. Possession for the Coyotes. Addie Horsley back in. Macy Johnson will get it over to Adley. Addison, that is. Macy works off the screen, almost has it taken away. Good defense by Young. It's worked back the other way. Julissa Landa, I was going to say, and good handles as Amanda Anderson knocks down the three. Macy Johnson, long range. That's going to be off the mark. Pulled down by Brooklyn Silva. And they call the travel on Brooklyn Silva. 7:16 left in this second period. And Silva coming up a little slow and about to check in for is Gemini Davis, a 6'1" freshman from Las Vegas. Plenty of height. Good basketball played in the Vegas area. So when I talked to Coach Hooper about who could potentially shine in this one, and off the inbounds, DeShaft and one. And they're going to call a foul on number 20, Gemini Davis. DeShaft at the line. And DeShaft has only shot one free throw, so here she is. Opportunity to go to work here. Chance at the three-point play. Coyotes with a sizable 29-7 lead. But they do get the rebound. Addie will launch it from 3. Addie picking up where she left off, 15 points. Coyotes with a 32-7 lead. Here comes Silv. Silv will kick it out. In the corner, Jolisa Landa. Now Macy with another rebound. And how about Shoemaker with the tough hustle? And Macy gets the steal right back. And they're going to call the foul on Ashlyn Silv. Second team foul on the Yak, so the County's still 3 fouls away. But you can tell this Yak team, they've come and played hard, and they are playing hard. Just learning how to play at this tempo and this speed. Addison Horsley in the lane. Addie just overshoots it. Mack is there. Mack has got her sister's back. Gives up the dribble on the perimeter. Almost lost the handle. Melanie Ortiz will get it right back, and they'll reset it to Addie. 8 on the shot clock, and Addie will launch it from 3. That's going to be a little too strong off the back of the iron. Anderson will rip it. Ortiz getting in the lane. Ortiz loses the handle. Shoemaker and the axe, and that's knocked away by Anderson. 6 and change left in this second period. On the floor right now, Addison Horsley, Melanie Ortiz, Grace DeSchaff, Amanda Anderson, and Addison Horsley. On the other side, Julissa Landa, Avery Schumacher, as well as Sophia Alvarado and Brittany Phillips. Ortiz and Schumacher, top of the key. They try to work it inside to Phillips. Phillips will spot up. And Phillips, good look. And the touch, her first basket. 32-9. Coyotes rolling as they try to knock off this team from the state of Washington. Good rebound by the Axe. Into the lane and shot in the corner. Fired up from the outside, and that's going to be a little long. Horsley over the back of Julissa Landa for the rebound. Kicked in the corner. Ortiz almost taken away. Mack, little floater. Mack will knock it down. She's got 5 points. 34-9. Coyotes in cruise mode as Macy Johnson's about to check back in. And there's going to be a push by Grace DeSchaff as she was defending Brooklyn Silv on the baseline. That's going to be Grace's second. 34-9. Shot is up from the outside off the inbounds. And that's going to trickle out. Coyotes will get it back. 4:56 left in this battle of the state of Washington versus the state of Arizona. Of course, Yakima Valley enjoying the weather. Team went shopping the other day, been hanging out by the pool, soaking up some sunshine. They're absolutely loving the weather here. Supposedly back in their neck of the woods, Mother Nature not so kind, with all kinds of snow falling down. Amanda Anderson cracks another 3. Her second of the ball game. Coyotes once again 6 first half threes. That's part of their arsenal. Run up and down and look for the good shot. Avery Shoemaker taken away by the Coyotes. Anderson down in the blocks with the thievery. Work to the outside. Macy on the wing. Now steps into the lane. Works it. And that's going to be knocked away by Avery Shoemaker. Timeout and 4 will take one as well. Coyotes rolling 37-9. Keep it right here. But first, let's feed your hunger.
What up, homies? I'm Angel. My dad started Burrito Express back in 1995 with me and my brother slanging burritos out of the kitchen of our house. Today we have 8 Valley locations where you can count on authentic recipes, good prices, and a comfortable atmosphere. I've always said the burrito is the perfect food. You don't need a plate, fork, or napkin. You grab one and off you go. Come by one of our Burrito Express locations and try you a burrito created by the man himself, Cameron Scatterboo.
And we welcome you back to the Coyote Center. 4:04 left in the first half. Coyotes led 22-7 after one. Addison Horsley, 12 first period points. She's tacked on a three. Amanda Anderson with a couple threes. Macy Johnson's got 5 points. Good start for the team. Of course, they're coming off back-to-back losses to Central Arizona and a heartbreaking loss, 69-63 at Scottsdale, one in which they led and just could not pull away. Of course, Sunday, they're back at it for a 2 p.m. tip against Williston State College. Tip time set for 2 p.m. We'll have pregame coverage starting at 1:45 or so right here on the Coyote Sports Network. Addison, down low. Addison knocked away briefly. Coyotes with 12 in the shot clock. Mack up top. Mack driving, and Mack's soft touch off the rim. And that drops in. Mack has got 7 points. Coyotes, of course, doing what they do. Pressure in the backcourt. Shoemaker showing her skill. Sophia Alvarado up top. Kicked in the corner. Shoemaker gets it back. She gets the screen from Alvarado. Alvarado with 10 on the shot clock. Now it's Phillips. Phillips with a good spin move. And Phillips draws the contact. And that's strong post move. Give Brittany Phillips from Silverton, Idaho, from Wallace High School, all the credit for that one. Phillips at the line. Hits on the first. A 78% free throw shooter. So well skilled. And she looks to make it a pair and does just that. So for this Yaks team, it's really about coming here and understanding the pace and coming here and learning. That way they can take all this experience with them back to their conference, and hopefully they go out and win their conference. Mack will kick it out. Melanie Ortiz. Ortiz. And Macy with a free look up top. And Macy rips the three. Her second of the game. She's got 8 points. Coyotes coasting. Almost thrown away. Alvarado had to go up and get it. Shoemaker. Addie Horsley. Tight one-on-one defense. They work it up top to Julissa Landa. Landa. Ashlyn Silv driving. Silv, nice strong move. Ashlyn Silv, her second bucket of the game. 42-13. Coyotes with Gemini Davis about to check back in. And that's a good little tussle right there. Ashlyn Silv. Possession for the Yaks. Brooklyn Silva and Gemini Davis back in. Gemini Davis, a skyscraper. She has got some height and then some. Of course, the Coyotes pressuring in the backcourt. Brittany Phillips showing her ability to handle the rock. And it's a 10-second violation against the Yaks. 42-13. Chloe Olberg back in. Ortiz and Horsley out. Galen and Addison got in the ship with Macy, Amanda, and Chloe Olberg. And right now, it looks like we have a little bit of an injury on the court. So it's a 30-second timeout, more of an injury.
What up, homies? I'm Angel. My dad started Burrito Express back in 1995 with me and my brother slanging burritos out of the kitchen of our house. Today we have 8 Valley locations where you can count on authentic recipes, good prices, and a comfortable atmosphere. I've always said the burrito is the perfect food. You don't need a plate, fork, or napkin. You grab one and off you go. Come by one of our Burrito Express locations and try you a burrito created by the man himself, Cameron Scatterboo.
Two of 6 remaining in this first half. Coyotes 42-13 in control. Sister combination off to a tremendous start. Addison 12 first period points. She's got 15, and McKaylin has got 7. So 22 of the 42 combination of the Horsley sisters. Checking back in, Ashlyn Sill from Yakima, Washington. Went to East Valley High School. Hustles on the floor as Macy tries to work it inside, and Chloe Olberg on the back door. And that was good spacing by the Coyotes, and Olberg just found the lane to glide her way in. Amanda Anderson with the steal. Addie will get it back. Addie will just go and kick it out. McKaylin in the corner, and they're going to call the offensive against Addison Horsley. That's going to be her second foul. So the referees tonight are J.C. Cluck, Cody Armijo, and Denitra Patina. So right now they're trying to get up all the filthy muck from the floor. Ortiz getting a break. Ortiz coming back in as Amanda will get a breather. 1:36 left in this first half. We are flying from the campus of Chandler Gilbert. Worked over. Dumped inside. Shot is there. And the nice feed and the bucket by Ashlyn Sill. She's got 6 points, 44-15. And I like what I've seen from the Sill sisters. Athletic, hustle. They come to the courts with an attitude, and I love that. Ortiz has it taken away. She was lulled to sleep by Julissa Landa, who picked her pocket. And that pass is thrown down court. So the Coyotes with 54.3 seconds left at the half. The Rams are leading the Seahawks. That is in Seattle. A battle for first place and the top seed in the NFC, with the Rams leading 13-7. Fantasy fans out there, Puka Nakua with 11.4 fantasy points in the first half. Kyron Williams with 8. Williams seeing a lot more action in the red zone because of the injury to Devontae Williams, battling a hamstring injury. Olberg, a little too deep, hit the side of the backboard. The Axe in transition. Good head fake and going in and driving, and good decisive move. Ashlyn Sill. She's got 8 points. Ashlyn Sill averaging 15 a game. Brittany Phillips leading the charge with 17. Ashlyn Sill has really shown her ability to play. And that is the last shot at the half, and Olberg gave it a great effort. And no foul called, so after 2, it's 44-17, but the referees are going to talk it over as they have a moment to discuss that last play to see if there was any kind of contact. And Cody Armijo and J.C. Cluck. And here is the So they're going to say the foul was on Chloe Olberg with 0.3 seconds left. So this one's not over yet. So Chloe gets the loose ball foul, and the Axe are going to try to pull a Christian Leitner. And here we go. And on the scale of great attempts to try to hit a bucket at the end of the half, that one.
What up, homies? I'm Angel. My dad started Burrito Express back in 1995 with me and my brother slanging burritos out of the kitchen of our house. Today we have 8 Valley locations where you can count on authentic recipes, good prices, and a comfortable atmosphere. I've always said the burrito is the perfect food. You don't need a plate, fork, or a napkin. You grab one and off you go. Come by one of our Burrito Express locations and try you a burrito created by the man himself, Cameron Scatterboo.
So what I was going to say. So we welcome you back to the second half. We're closing in 2 minutes away between the Yakima Valley Yaks and the Chandler Gilbert Coyotes right here at the Coyote Center. Had a chance to talk to Lynette Hooper, the former Yakima Valley player back in her days. She said her team's playing hard, just hoping for some more shots to drop on her end. On the other side for Coach Trutanek, said his team just needs to play a little cleaner. They had moments where they were really good at pressing the basketball, and then a couple times they got lost in transition. So they have to be a little cleaner, and offensively, same. Looked good at times and didn't play that well down the final 2 or 3 minute stretch when Addison Horsley got in foul trouble. So that is about where it is. Coyotes with a 44-17 halftime lead. And as we look at the numbers, Addison Horsley with 15 points, Amanda Anderson with 6, Macy Johnson with 8, Kaylin Horsley with 7. On the other side, Ashlyn Silv with 8, Brittany Phillips, who leads the team in scoring, with 4, Alvarado with 3, Brooklyn Silv with 2. And that is where we are. Closing in 48 seconds as the Coyotes are going back to their bench and getting fired up to start this second half. They're going for win number 8. Of course, when we talk about their last outing, a heartbreaking loss to Scottsdale, they led going into the fourth period, but were outscored 29-19 in the fourth period, and that was just a heartbreaker. So here they are looking for another victory, their 8th of the season, to get back on track before they take on the Williston Titans on Sunday at 2 p.m. Coyotes will start the second half with possession. Macy Johnson on the wing. Kalen up top, guarded by Shoemaker. Swung over to Amanda Anderson. Right in her face is Brooklyn Sill. They try to go inside and loose ball. Coyotes get it back. Mack, 15 on the shot clock. Addie will kick it back out. Mack will let it fly, and Mack is just slightly off the mark. Pulled down by Alvarado. Alvarado, middle of the floor, weaving her way. Phillips from long range. Phillips off the mark. Pulled down by Anderson. She gets doubled down below, and Silv tries to go back up. And the strong move by Silv. And Silv will go to the line. And the foul is going to be on Amanda Anderson. That's going to be her first. Football score, Seattle with a 55-yard touchdown run from Kenneth Walker have taken the lead over the Rams 14-13 to start the third period. Big game in the NFC for the top seed. Right now, the Rams are tied with the Seahawks and lead by the point of beating them head-to-head the first time. In the corner, Amanda lets it fly off the back of the iron. Almost pulled down. Good hustling play by Brooklyn Sill. Over to Alvarado. Alvarado racing. Works it to Ashlyn Sill. Brittany Phillips on the wing. Steps back, will pull it over. Shoemaker thought about it. Amanda Anderson up top, providing the long arm defense. And Shoemaker loses the handle. Coyotes with a fresh take as Macy Johnson over to Addie on the inbounds. Coyotes back at it on Sunday, and then they'll take the holiday break and enjoy Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, Frosty the Snowman, and all the other classic animations that'll be presenting themselves on the airwaves. Phillips misses at the rim. Horsley transition. Addie. Macy will let it go from 3, and Macy, bang! Macy Johnson, her third 3. She's got 11. 47-17. Coyotes with the steal. They've got a 2-on-1. The bounce to McKalen, and McKalen gets hacked, and she'll shoot one. Alvarado brought the body and then some. Kalen now with 9 points as the Coyotes and Horsley will go for the three-point play. Mack, a good free throw shooter in her own right. 89%. How about that? And makes it look easy. She's got 10. Jolisa Landa back in, number 1. Checking out as Phillips. Jolisa Landa is a hustler. She will bring the ball fast up the court and always provide good help on double teams. Racing through, Macy Johnson with the steal. The Axe get it back. Up top by Silv. Silv will pull up. And Silv, the nice soft touch. She's got 10 points. She has been dazzling. Silv's sisters can play. They're athletic. They move well. They can easily play in the Arizona Community College Athletic Conference. Kicked in the corner. Mack catch and shoot off the side of the iron. And going up strong, Ashlyn Silv. And they call the foul on Grace DeShav. That's her third. Chloe Olberg will come in. Amanda Anderson will take a breather. Grace DeShav also out. Getting some time is Micaiah Jenkins. Micaiah, hard-working young lady. Shot is up by Jolisa. Off the mark, Landa, and goes out of bounds. 20 seconds on the shot clock for the Axe. Alvarado off the inbounds. Trying to find someone. She finds Landa on the left wing. Turnaround. Good look. Horsley rips it. Horsley shakes off a defender. Horsley will stop and pop. Back of the iron won't go. Another rebound by Ashlyn Silv. Silv works it to Landa. Landa kicks it back out. Shoemaker. A little short as Horsley will redirect the traffic for the Coyotes, now getting the team in his half-court offense. Mack in the corner. Macy Johnson. Looked like Macy was going to take it. Macy in the lane. Kaya Jenkins thought about it. Macy in the lane, inside, Chloe Olberg. And Chloe, as we've got Thursday night football right in front of us. The Rams inside the 5, and it looked like the Seahawks jumped off sides, or Rams going for the field goal. Olberg at the line. So I can give you some fresh Thursday night football updates. Chloe is 69% free throw shooter. And this one's going to be a battle as the Rams have regained the lead 16-14. Of course, you think about the Rams and their star power, Kyron Williams, Puka Nacua. Of course, Devontae Adams is out with a hamstring injury. On the other side, Sam Darnold, Jackson Smith-Njigba, who's fantastic, Kenneth Walker Jr. Barner's a good tight end. Of course, this one for supremacy for the top seed in the NFC. But this could be a year where, look, the top seeds, I'm not buying it. I mean, any team that's got the top seed, I believe a team like, let's say like the Texans in the AFC could go into Denver and beat Denver in a playoff matchup because their defense is so good. That's off the mark by Landa. Going back up, and Phillips will shoot a pair. Melanie Ortiz. Phillips at the line, where last time she hit 2 of 2. 4 points in this contest. She leads the Axe with over 17 a game. Strong free throw shooter, 77%. And Phillips. Can't stress enough how quality that is. Checking in, number 12, Lyris Davis. From Las Vegas, went to Western High School. That's going to be taken away by Jolisa Landa. Ashlyn Silv, good move, just could not finish. Phillips, strong move with a rebound. Phillips gives up the dribble. They work it back to Phillips in the corner. That's slightly off. Kaya Jenkins with the rebound. Jolisa Landa on the back end of Kalen Horsley. They get it back to Mack up top. Swing it over to Macy. Olberg down in the post. Ortiz on the cut, and Ortiz could not finish underneath. The other way, Ashlyn Silv, Jolisa Landa. High dribbles. They work it up top to Brittany Phillips. 16 on the shot clock. Landa gets it back. They dump it down in the post, and that's going to be a reach and foul against Macy Johnson. That's her second. Non-shooting. Amanda Anderson checking in for Macy Johnson. Davis off the inbounds. Landa guarded immediately. Phillips in the post. Phillips skying. And the kick out in the corner. Good rebound by Brooklyn Silv. Phillips in the post. Brittany Phillips. Shot won't go, and it's going to go the other way. Brittany Phillips, hardworking sophomore from Silverton, Idaho, went to Wallace High School. Gemini Davis about to check back in. We got a media timeout on the floor. We'll take one.
What up, homies? I'm Angel. My dad started Burrito Express back in 1995 with me and my brother slanging burritos out of the kitchen of our house. Today we have 8 Valley locations where you can count on authentic recipes, good prices, and a comfortable atmosphere. I've always said the burrito is the perfect food. You don't need a plate, fork, or a napkin. You grab one and off you go. Come by one of our Burrito Express locations and try you a burrito created by the man himself, Cameron Scatterboo.
So yes, we were talking football, and there's a great one going on right now between the Rams and the Seahawks. Rams, the NFC leader, right now leading 16-14 midway through the third. Right here, we're midway through the third with the Coyotes with the 52-21 lead. Olberg, Ortiz, Mack, Micaiah Jenkins, and Amanda Anderson on the floor. Olberg battling on the baseline against Brittany Phillips. Coyotes retain possession with 10 on the shot clock. Jenkins will inbounds. See how the Coyotes play this one out. And that is a good inbounds by Jenkins. Mack up top, Ortiz. Ortiz going. And Ortiz hits the deck. They're going to call the foul on Phillips. And Ortiz should shoot a pair. Ortiz crashing on the floor, and the foul will be against Phillips. Ortiz. Only a 42% free throw shooter. Her first point in the second half. And that one trickles in. So Ortiz, 2 of 2. And a turnover by the Yaks. As speaking of turnovers, Sam Darnold just threw a pick, and the Rams got the ball inside the 5. Already with a 16-14 lead, and the Rams have had Sam Darnold's number. First, it goes back to when he was with the Vikings last year. Now, in the first game they played, as Ortiz hits a little elbow, she's got 6 points. So everyone is going to be clamping down on Sam Darnold if he cannot escape the wrath of the Rams at some point in his career. Of course, he's got the big money deal to sign with Seattle in the offseason. Jenkins with the steal. Jenkins will throw it up. And how about Micaiah Jenkins? High off the glass with the bucket. Pull up by Brittany Phillips. Phillips over the backboard. And the Rams get the touchdown run by Blake Corum. And that's just how fantasy works. Rams with a split backfield of Kyron Williams and Blake Corum. And Corum just got his hand over the goal line to break the plane for the touchdown. So the Rams now taking charge up 22-14. Riley Sword now in the game for Chandler Gilbert. Riley, a sharpshooter from Basha High, can really stroke the 3. 58-21. 3 and change left in this third period. Inbounds to Addison. Riley Sword from 3. That's going to be off the mark. Brittany Phillips with a rebound. Phillips will work it on the perimeter to Shoemaker. Shoemaker picked up by Addison. Screen set by the Yaks, and the good bank. And Shoemaker with the kiss. 58-23. Ortiz works it up top to Addison Horsley. Chloe Olberg inside to Ortiz. Little turnaround, and Ortiz gets the roll. And Melanie has really shown some great touch with her shots. 10 feet are in. Just really nice touch. I think what haunts Melanie just a tad is just finishing on layups around the rim. She gets there. Just has to do a better job finishing. Addison Horsley. Melanie, there she is, and Chloe inside. That's great team offense right there. A lot of touches, a lot of good looks. 62-23. Worked up top by Lyris Davis. Phillips fighting off Ortiz. Cutting inside and slicing and delivering, Jaleesa Landa. Good move by Jaleesa Landa, her first bucket of the game. 62-25. Coyotes looking for a quality holiday win right on home court. After losing a heartbreaker to Scottsdale, getting outscored by 10 in the fourth, game in which they led most of the way. That signature win's coming for the team as Jaleesa Landa follows her shot and tracks it down. Amanda Anderson in a one-on-one battle. Shot is up, and that's off the mark by Lyris Davis. But the Yaks are winning the rebounding battles here. Landa from the outside. Good look. Shoemaker with a rebound. And Addison Horsley takes it away. Addison up and in. Addie with 17. Time winding down. Shoemaker. Horsley tied on her. Back to Landa. Landa looking for a screen. Landa will fire it up. 3 ball just off the side of the rim. Coyotes can play for the final shot with 24.2 seconds left. In for Melanie Ortiz is Braylon Schermeyer. Braylon, a freshman, has seen solid minutes for the team. Putting up 3 a game and seeing valuable PT along the way. Horsley in the corner. Riley Sword. Sword puts it on the floor. They work it back out. And Addison Horsley takes a hack across her face by Gemini Davis. And the Coyotes are in the bonus, so Addie will shoot a pair. Addie with 17 points. Looking to tack on. Nice and smooth on the first. Connects on both. She's got 19, and the Axe will play for the final shot. Ashlyn Silv, she's got skill. She'll launch it. She's not afraid, and that one rolls in and out. After 3, Coyotes with a comfortable 66-25 lead.
What up, homies? I'm Angel. My dad started Burrito Express back in 1995 with me and my brother slanging burritos out of the kitchen of our house. Today we have 8 Valley locations where you can count on authentic recipes, good prices, and a comfortable atmosphere. I've always said the burrito is the perfect food. You don't need a plate, fork, or a napkin. You grab one and off you go. Come by one of our Burrito Express locations and try you a burrito created by the man himself, Cameron Scatterboo.
We put up 4 fingers because that means we're in the 4th period. That was a pretty easy one to figure out. Coyotes with a commanding 66-25 lead. Amanda Horsley. Or make that Addison Horsley. Apologize out there. Got my names transposed. With 19 points, Addie leading the charge. Shoemaker and Addie Horsley going at it. Ashlyn Silv has played a good game. She's a good-looking player. And Gemini Davis, strong on a putback. Her first bucket in this one. 66-27. Olberg, Schermeyer. And Schermeyer will go to the line. And a good pass by Olberg, who saw Schermeyer cutting. That's going to be the 3rd on Silv with Schermeyer going the line. A 50% free throw shooter. Love to see her again into the box score as well. Of course, Mari Jutanic has built a lot of depth with his team, and a lot of these young kids have played. Coyotes hustling in the baseline. We'll get another possession. 20 seconds on the shot clock. Sword off the inbounds. Olberg inside. Mismatch, and Olberg. And they're going to call the foul on Olberg underneath. That's her second. 66-27. Shoemaker. Ashlyn Silv, why not? And Silv now with 13 points. A sophomore. East Valley High School in Yakima, good-looking player. Deserves a college look somewhere and hustles and knocks it away. So if their college coaches checking this one out, Ashlyn Silv's worth a look. Athletic. Hustles, plays defense. Yeah, she's worthy of a roster spot somewhere. Kalen gets the screen and thought about it. Schermeyer, Sword in the corner. Sword overshoots everything. Goes out of bounds, and the Axe will get it back. Rams now leading 23-14 and forced a 4th down against Seattle. Good steal by the Axe. Now in the game, number 3, Abigail Sheridan. They work it down to Gemini Davis and right through the wickets on a good pass by Ashlyn Silv. Micaiah Jenkins back in. 66-30. Schermeyer in the corner. Micaiah on the floor. Trying to thread a needle. Looked like she saw Olberg cutting underneath. 8:26 remaining in the 4th. Of course, we'll have post-game coverage. Amanda Anderson. Amanda couldn't get it to drop. Sylvie, or Silva, I should say. Shoemaker left side. Works off a screen. Thought about firing up the 3. Gemini Davis. Gemini swung around. Shot is up by Silv. Micaiah with the rebound. Micaiah. And they're going to call the bump on Sheridan. That's going to be her first foul. 7:55 left. We'll have post-game coverage coming up on the Chandler Gilbert Sports Network. Hope you're having happy holidays. Anderson. Micaiah driving the floater, and it drops. Micaiah Jenkins, her 2nd bucket of the night. And Micaiah a shot at the 3-point play. And Jenkins executes. 69-30. Under 8 minutes left to play here from the Coyote Center. Weather outside's not frightful. It's actually delightful for the Axe as they are experiencing all kinds of snow on their end. And Ashlyn Silv is making the most of her time here. She got 16 points. Micaiah Jenkins. Davis comes out. Micaiah showing her ability to handle the rock. Schermeyer from 3. Misses everything. Olberg. Mack with the head fake. And Mack, head fake and all, will shoot a pair. And Davis with her 3rd personal. Mack will go to the line, and Mack having a good night with 10 points. That one rolls in. And right now the Rams are just working the clock against the Seahawks. Up 23-14. And Mack, 2 of 2. Now with 12 points. Landa among the trees. That goes right through the wickets of Sheridan. Mack up the floor. Guarded by Landa. Landa, a very pesky player. Schermeyer on the perimeter. Olberg, they work it back to Schermeyer. Good look. A little too strong. Silv with the rebound. Out to her sister, Brooklyn Silv, the youngest of the 2. Brooklyn, good looking player in all right. Gemini Davis. And Davis. That goes out of bounds, and Chandler Gilbert will get it back. Schermeyer and Kalen Horsley handling the basketball in the backcourt. Okay, Jenkins will get called for the travel. 6:20 left in this one. Happy holidays from the good people at Chandler Gilbert. Hope you're having a great one. And for the good people in Yakima, hope you're staying warm. We wish you warm thoughts. Shot is off by Ashlyn Silve. Gemini Davis. Davis among the trees. Missed on the first, couldn't pull down her rebound. Taken away. Opportunity for Jolisa Landa. And Jolisa could not keep it in bounds, but a good hustle effort as she tried to throw it back to someone who was not there. But a good hustle effort. Can't fault the young lady for giving it an all-out effort. Kaya Jenkins. And the shot is up by Anderson, her third three. She's got 9 points. Silve to her sister. Good move. And I got to tell you, I'm a fan of Ashlyn Silve. She's a good-looking player. She has shown a lot here tonight. Very impressive. Kicked up top, Kalen Horsley. Mack works it in the corner. They'll get it back to Mack. Mack, Amanda, why not? Amanda, all good. Amanda Anderson. Her fourth three. As Puka Nakua is breaking free, and Nakua is finally going to get dragged down at about the 4-yard line. And ladies and gentlemen, in case you didn't know this, Puka Nakua is pretty good in football. And that's going to set the Rams up inside the 5, and that's going to be...
What up, homies? I'm Angel. My dad started Burrito Express back in 1995 with me and my brother slanging burritos out of the kitchen of our house. Today we have 8 Valley locations where you can count on authentic recipes, good prices, and a comfortable atmosphere. I've always said the burrito is the perfect food. You don't need a plate, fork, or a napkin. You grab one, and off you go. Come by one of our Burrito Express locations and try you a burrito created by the man himself, Cameron Scatterboo.
Coming out the timeout, going to the line is Brooklyn Silve. And Brooklyn, young lady with 4 points. Sister putting up a great game, and Silve showing her touch at the line. Brooklyn, a 54% free throw shooter, so she's got some work to do. But following her big sis's footsteps and knocks down both. 77-37. Schurmeyer from 3. And Schurmeyer knocks it down. Raylan. Coyotes up 80-37. They dump it down low to Phillips, and Phillips misses the bunny. And that's always painful of your player. Point blank look, and you can't connect, and you have no one to blame but yourself. So you just get mad, and you have to play it off, but that burns until you score that next basket. Olberg up top. Riley Sword. Like to see Riley get into the box score. Also in the game for the Coyotes. Arlene Ashu-Taker. And Arlene back up, and that won't go. But the Coyotes get the foul, and Arlene looks like she'll go to the line. And the foul is going to be on number 21, Brittany Phillips. That's her second. Talker at the line. Nails the first. Good to see Arlene getting some PT. And hits on 1 and 2. Here comes Silv, and here comes Landa from 3. Landa slightly off. Phillips going strong. And Phillips, I love that point of determination. Talker with the foul, and Phillips was going strong with that shoulder, just going in hard. And you got to respect that. And Phillips hits the first. She's got 7 points on the night. 81-38. And she hits all 6 free throws tonight. 8 points for her, a Sword, and the Coyotes beat the press, but Jolisa Landa had other thoughts. Knocks it away. Coyotes plenty of time. 22 seconds on the shot clock. Sword off the inbounds. And right now the Coyotes just a little quicker than the refs. Gemini Davis back in. Riley Sword and will inbounds. Brittany Phillips checks out for Gemini Davis. Sword looking for a teammate and does it out front. Micaiah Jenkins, who's got a couple buckets in this second half. Micaiah, Davis on her. 13 on the shot clock. Dumps it down to Olberg. Olberg going strong. And Olberg will draw a couple foul shots against Alvarado. Olberg knocks down the first. And the Rams have blown this one open. They're taking it to Seattle. And a touchdown pass from Stafford to Puka Nacua. They now lead 30-14. Jolisa Landa. And there's a foul on Micaiah Jenkins. That's her first. Landa driving. Won't go. Kaya Jenkins with the rip. Jenkins seeing a lot of opportunities in this second half. Guarded by Alvarado. 2:40 remaining. Schermeyer, good head fake. Schermeyer blocked by Davis. Talker's there. Sword from 3. That's going to be off the mark. Jolisa Landa try to knock it off Micaiah Jenkins. She feeds Schermeyer inside, and Schermeyer gets fouled. Good hustle by Micaiah Jenkins. 83-39. Braylon at the line. Gets another opportunity after missing a couple free throws in her first attempt. Can't connect on the first. And these are big because it's not so much now, but it's getting ready for the next matchup and being able to hit your free throws, especially when this team is back in conference play to start the year. Of course, they got the Williston Titans on Sunday. And that's going to be Yak's ball with 2:22 left. Post-game coverage coming up right here. Silv up top. In the lane. Shot is up from the outside. That's a miss by Davis. Sword. Getting past the pesky Jolisa Landa. Olberg is there. Olberg. Try to get over Gemini Davis. It's going to be Chandler Gilbert basketball with 16 on the shot clock. Jenkins, Olberg. Works it to Schermeyer, who'll fire from three. Just off the side of the iron. Jenkins is there. Jenkins followed up by Davis and Silv. Silv up the floor. Silv, middle of the lane, kick out. Alvarado off the side. Tucker and Silv in a battle. And you'll love to see that competitiveness on both sides. So a tie-up, Coyotes will have it. Riley Sword and Schermeyer working the ball up the floor. Schermeyer and Silv on that right side of the perimeter. Now it's Gemini Davis on Schermeyer. They try to kick it down to Olberg and Silv with the steal. Ashland Silv, little floater, won't go. Schermeyer with the rip. Final minute of this one. Riley Sword misses the bunny underneath. Tack horror. Too strong. And this one winding down. Jolisa Landa keeps it alive. Floater. In and out. Davis. And Davis will go to the line to shoot a pair. They're going to call the foul. On Arlene Ashutakar. Davis. Good smooth stroke. Davis at the line on the season. Hasn't had many free throw opportunities, but hits them both. Final 44.7 seconds. Kaya Jenkins, good move to work out. Showing her handles to handle the basketball. Arlene from three, off the mark. Work down the floor, Jolisa Landa. Jolisa, good touch, and the jumper. Couple buckets. 83-43. Riley Sword and Jolisa Landa winding down these final 8 seconds. And that's going to do it. The Coyotes get the 83-43 victory. Addison Horsley, 19 points.
What up, homies? I'm Angel. My dad started Burrito Express back in 1995 with me and my brother slanging burritos out of the kitchen of our house. Today we have 8 Valley locations where you can count on authentic recipes, good prices, and a comfortable atmosphere. I've always said the burrito is the perfect food. You don't need a plate, fork, or a napkin. You grab one and off you go. Come by one of our Burrito Express locations.
We got some post-game coverage coming up. Addison, Amanda, and Mac all coming up. Keep it right here.
Hey, Merry Christmas, big dog. Have a good one. I'll see you in January. Enjoy the time up north. Yep. Yeah. Click on the score. Yeah, clock in. Yeah, it goes black. I think that's going on with our machine. I gotta figure it out. I'm gonna work on it when I get back. Yeah. I'm gonna work on it now. I know. Well, they were up one, and then I turned it on, and they went field goal, pretty much a pick six, and then they just. I mean that's just like he has seven this season against the Rams. He has 7 interceptions and 11 sacks. Yeah, that's what I said. I mean, he's getting absolutely destroyed by the Rams. And the Vikings. Remember we played the Vikings like that playoff game at Arizona? Not only was it the playoff game, it was the regular season game too. Yeah. Hey, trust me, I know. I'm a Vikings fan. So are you bummed? Do you put Parsons to a guy? Don't know yet. I hope so. I'm on a fucking jersey.
Well, happy holidays to all the Chandler Gilbert fans out there. The ladies providing a holiday gift for all the basketball fans out there. Knocking off the Yakima Valley Yaks by the count of 83-43. Addison Horsley coming to play, coming to provide the Christmas cheer with 19 points. Add your thoughts on the win and getting this team back on track after a couple of tough conference losses.
Sir. No, for sure. After tough little close ones, I think it's good for us to come down here and knock down some shots and get the feeling of winning again. But this isn't we got other people to go play. We got other people to look forward to, so we got to stay focused in on what we're really here for.
And absolutely. So you have this game, and then, of course, on Sunday, you got the Williston Titans on Sunday for an early tip before you have the Christmas break. Your thoughts of making it 2 straight and then going into the Christmas break and then coming back and revamped to start the year and then really get cooking because it's all about conference play after that.
Yep. No, I think it'll be big, especially after, like you said, after our few losses and stuff. Having wins and then being able to come and play Pima and come off of a strong high and knocking down shots on Sunday and be able to improve on what we know we can do better. So we're ready for Pima.
Addie, give me your thoughts after 12 games. The team's now 8-4, and look, you played Mesa tough, you played Scottsdale tough, and you could have easily won both those games. And you could easily be undefeated in this region and maybe even be ranked right now. So your thoughts of where you are after 12 games and what needs to get better for ultimately to get you guys over the hump when you play those teams.
Yes, sir. I think offensively we got to knock down some more shots. I think we need to finish games better. I think that's our issue. I think we don't know how to finish games. Not like that we don't know how to, but we need to do it better. But other than that, yeah, our defense, our half-court defense has got to be better. We got to focus in a lot more on that. But overall, I think we're improving from where we've started, and I think we have a lot more improvement to do. So, yeah.
Okay, Christmas is coming up. What does Addison Horsley want for Christmas?
I want us to go get a win against Pima, so let's hope Santa gives me that.
Okay, that's great. What about for you personally underneath the Christmas tree from your parents or maybe your sister? Did you not expect any kind of Christmas questions from me?
No, not really.
You know I'm going to throw you a curveball.
Yeah. Man, I don't even know. I'm a very thankful person. I'm glad with anything I get. So
anything you get. Mac, so your sister, what she wants for Christmas is a pencil and an eraser.
Whoa.
Okay? Is that good? You said you want a pencil and eraser. Okay.
Yep.
Star point guard. We'll dish it off to her sister. Let's see if they can make the perfect transition.
Yes, sir.
There we go.
Know what you want for Christmas?
Yeah.
I'm scared now.
Okay, so
Addie.
There you go. Pencil. Got one of those done. So we trade one sister for another.
Yes.
Addison for McKaylen. And McKaylen, good night for the team. Get back on track. And your thoughts of coming out here and getting back the winning vibe and taking care of a Yakima team that you handled with ease this evening.
No, yeah, this was a win that was definitely needed after last week. But I think we came out and we played aggressive, played hard, and played as a team, which was good.
Got 12 points. The offense was kicking in the first half. Once again, this team was raining threes. Your thoughts of the execution overall in this one?
No, yeah, I thought we were very patient on the offensive end, and we shared the ball really well, which is how we got our threes, was not being selfish and being there for each other.
So give me your estimation of where this team is after 12 games. 8-4, and look, we both know. Everyone knows Mesa, you had him right there. Scottsdale, you had him there as well. We know we still haven't seen the best of this team yet, and that when that killer instinct comes, look out.
Oh,
But
yeah.
that being said, after 12 games, give me your assessment.
I think we're looking good, but we lost a few of those games that we should have won, that we should have pulled off. So, but I feel like we're at a good point where we have a lot of room for improvement still, where I think, like, after 12 games, like, I'm proud of where we're at, and, like, we have a lot of growing to do, and I think we can pull it off.
Sunday, you got the Titans coming in for a 2 o'clock tip, and then it's fun and festivities for Christmas. But first, one more game. Your thoughts of what you want to achieve in that last game before the Christmas and, of course, the New Year break.
No, yeah, obviously I want us to pull off the win and play as a team. Do it, like, make it a good win, not an ugly win, playing together. Like, just go out on the break with, like, being proud of what we put out here on this court that night.
So it is the holiday cheer time, Christmas. Your sister, all she wanted was a pencil and eraser, so we found her a pencil. We took care of that. So make sure you get an eraser. It could be any kind of eraser. So next time we do an interview, I'm going to ask you if you got an eraser
Okay.
or not. So Mac, what do you want for Christmas?
Oh, no.
If you had something underneath the Christmas tree, what would it be?
Oh. I can't follow my sister and say a win for Pima.
A win?
not-
Well, she said that already. So
Oh, some new shoes. I do need, my shoes are ripping. I need some new basketball shoes.
need some new basketball shoes.
Yes.
Mom and Dad,
Yeah,
pay
let 'em know
attention.
they're up there. Oh, they're right there.
They're right there.
So,
Up top. Should we
down,
just wait?
down at the bottom, the white hat.
The white hat.
Yes.
Okay. She needs some new shoes. That's the Christmas gift. That's what Santa needs to bring. Okay. So that is underway. We got that going.
Yes.
And now that I'm totally embarrassed you, which is that's what I do here. Okay, Max. So we know you know how to shoot the three. Now let's see if you make the perfect handoff on the microphone assist to Amanda Anderson, who's waiting in the wings.
Hey, it's all you, girl.
Yeah, there we go.
Thank you.
Amanda, Joe Pequeno,
Nice to meet you.
pleasure. Glad you can join us on the post-game show. 12 points, 4 threes. Your thoughts on shooting from long range and providing some great perimeter defense, which you always do. You always get
Yeah.
guarding those smaller guards. You extending out there and making sure they can't get some easy looks. But first on the three-point shooting, you were dazzling from the floor. Your thoughts?
Yeah, I just feel like as a team, we get a lot of shots up, before and after practice. I'm coming in the gym with Mac and Addie, getting many shots up a day. So, yeah, just all the work that I've been putting in just finally paid off.
Yeah, it's paying off. But collectively, up and down this roster, you guys are knocking down all kinds of threes. You're getting good looks. What does this say about Mario Trutanic's offense? Like, puts you guys in good positions to get good shots off because from day one, since you've stepped on this floor, the offensive flow has been dynamic. You've had the opportunity to win just about every single game. What is it about Coach that he sees that puts you in good situations out on the floor?
Yeah, I just feel like he knows how each and every one of us plays very well, and he has put plays together for us, calls out plays, knows when to run it, just does everything perfect, and we execute it.
Yeah, you're
Perfect,
executing
yeah.
well. Give me your thoughts on where you think this team is after 12 games.
Yeah, I think we're definitely growing. Before, from the Jamboree, we weren't that, we were just beginning as a team. But now I feel like we're going, we're at a good spot, after just the 2 losses versus Mesa and Scottsdale, which we could have beat them. But I think we're at a pretty good spot for the season.
You kind of talk about those losses, Amanda, but still, is it one of those things where it burns because you had both those wins and like it even fuels you even more to see those teams in the second half knowing that they might not have gotten your best shot?
Yeah, it does. I think those games were very winnable, and I think we're just next time we play them, we're ready to beat them.
So give us your thoughts. You got Williston coming in for a Sunday tip, 2
Mhm.
o'clock, and then after that, dinner, maybe Netflix. Your
Yep.
thoughts on that early tip?
Yeah, early games are always nice, I don't know, just I'm ready for Sunday.
Ready for Sunday,
Yeah.
but before Sunday, of course, after Sunday is a big. I think it's a big holiday. There's a Christmas. There's a tree. There's reindeer. Santa's nipping at your nose. Your thoughts of what Amanda Anderson is hoping for, or what you're looking for Christmas?
Ooh, I'm looking for some new clothes. Some more clothes.
Anything in particular? Because that's like my youngest. That's all she wants.
Yeah.
Is clothes.
Some like hoodies. Some hoodies.
Some hoodies.
Yeah.
Those like the stylish thing right now.
Yeah.
Stylish.
Some hoodies, yeah.
Some hoodies. Okay,
Yep.
Amanda Anderson, she wants the hoodies. So
Yep.
that's going to wrap up our coverage. Amanda, out there, mom, dad, hoodies for your daughter for Christmas. We appreciate you dialing sub, Seton Catholic. Well, I should say Chandler Gilbert. I call play-by-play for Seton Catholic.
Yeah.
But right now, Chandler Gilbert, they peel off the victory over Yakima Valley by the count of 83-43. Amanda Anderson knocks down 12. Michaela Horsley with 12. And, of course, Addison Horsley with 19. They go to 8-4. And on Sunday, they take on the Tetons right here for a 2 p.m. tip. Everyone, thanks for joining us. This has been a presentation of Chandler Gilbert Athletics.
Thank you.
Ow! I just tripped. Don't worry about me.
Okay.
I know how to dial 911.
I got to go meet my daughter to go hit right now.
Where are you going?
She goes hit Legends.
Oh, yeah. Right up the road.
Yeah.
What's his name?